Welcome to our first video on lesson number 6. Today we're going to talk about the most popular system of units used around the world. That is the metric system. This is also called, as you can see here, the International System of Units, or SI units. But it's also called the metric system. Now, this metric system, as its name indicates, has a basic unit. That basic unit is the meter. But what is actually the meter? The meter is 1/millionth of 1/4 of the meridian of the Earth. It means that if you divide the meridian into 4 parts, and you take one, and you divide that part into millionth, and you take one of those millions, you will have something like this. And to that distance, we call it meter. All the other units in the metric systems are based on that basic unit, the meter. Now, this metric system is a system easy to understand and use because it takes advantage of powers of 10. Powers of 10 are the base of our decimal number system as well. So the idea is to start with a base unit, and then you use standard prefixes to make units that are bigger or smaller than that base unit by powers of 10. Let's do it with an example. Okay, we also need to know the prefixes. So we have as our basic unit the meter. Now, what is a meter multiplied by 10 or 10 times a meter? We will call that a decameter. But what about a meter multiplied by 100? To that, we will call it a hectometer. What about the meter multiplied by 1,000 or 1,000 times a meter? We will call it a kilometer. Okay, but what about units smaller than a meter? For example, if we divide the meter by 10 or a tenth a meter, we will have a decimeter. But the meter divided by 100 or 100th of the meter will be a centimeter. What about the meter divided by 1,000? Then we will have a millimeter. You can use these same prefixes for all the units in the metric system. For example, if your base unit is the gram, 10 times a gram will be a decagram. 1,000 times a gram will be a kilogram. A thousandth of a gram, or the gram divided by 1,000, would be a milligram. As you can see, we can use prefixes to name the units that are bigger or smaller than the basic unit.